Hey, what's up, guys? It's John Knows What I Talk Stocks. And today I'm going to talk to you about some important qualities you must have to become a successful investor. Warren Buffett says, and he's the probably considered to be the greatest investor in the world. He says that the first rule to investing is to not lose money, and the second rule is to never forget the first rule. So the overall goal is to make money, right? Well, the first and most important quality is patience. You don't have to have a high IQ to be successful in this business, but you do have to have a high level of patience, and you have to know how investing works. Your patience can't be driven by following the crowd. It sounds easy, but after a year or two of buying shares in a company, it's very easy for your patience to run dry if you've only seen a little return, because a lot of people that want to go into investing in the stock market, they choose to invest in it because they think they're going to make quick, fast, easy money. And to be honest, unless you are a pro at day trading, which that's not what I do, you won't make that money very quickly. So again, you don't have to have a high IQ in this business, but you do have to have a high level of patience. Benjamin Graham, that was Warren Buffett's mentor. He studied with him, he worked with him, and was good friends with him. He said that you're not right because 1,000 people agree with you, and you're not right because 1,000 people disagree with you. So that goes back to that not wanting to follow the crowd. So you don't want to say, well, okay, like I'll give you an example. I watch a lot of TV analysts who talk about the stock market all the time. I like to watch it for entertainment, but I don't make my decisions based off of what they say. So all of them are saying, hey, we should go over here and buy into this particular business. That doesn't make me say, okay, that's what I'm going to do. I make the decision for myself. Or I don't say, well, all of them are going over here, so I'm going to go to this business that nobody's investing in and invest in that one, because there would be a reason that nobody's investing in it. So you are going to have to be patient, and you're going to have to make those decisions for yourself, which we'll talk about in a second. Actually, that takes me to the next quality. You have to be willing to do the research for yourself so that you can value the company that you are planning to invest in. Valuing the business should take priority even over you worrying about the stock price. And I'm not saying the stock price isn't important, but it should take valuing the actual company should take it should take priority over that. And when you're valuing the business, your mindset shouldn't be again like what you would probably see on TV if you're like I am and you like to watch TV analysts talk about the stock market all day. A lot of times, TV analysts who analyze the stock market all the time, they're looking to see what that stock is going to do within the next 2 or 3 years. But for me, what I'm going to tell you need to look at, you need to be valuing the business to see what it's going to do within the next 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, because then you're going to see a real return on your investment. So again, you want to value, you're thinking long term. This is all about long term, what they call value investing. Now again, like I said, the price is important. So you have the being patient, and then you got to do your research. Now you can do research on any company. You can go to Yahoo Finance. It'll show you, you can look up any company and you can see their financials. Every publicly traded company has to put up their financials. So you can even just Google the company and pull it up, and they'll have a place on their website where you can go and you can look at their financials and see how they've been doing. You can see they'll talk about, some of the companies will talk about what they plan to do in the future. And as you do your research, then you can make your decision to say, okay, this is a company that I want to invest in. You have to look at which sector you want to invest in. Like for instance, I invest in energy and I invest in financials. because to me those are two sectors where you're going to make money over time in. So again, like I said, the price is important too. So that's the other thing. The price is important because if a piece of a business is selling for far below what it's worth, and I'll have more content that'll go more in depth about that later. It's could be coming soon. But if you buy a piece of a business for more than what it's actually worth, and you continue to buy it over time, then yeah, you're going to see success. So although I don't look at the price every day, I do occasionally check it to see if it's like extremely high or extremely low, because that will make me decide whether I need to take action and sell or buy more. But remember, again, the price doesn't tell you anything about the business. Now, Warren Buffett says this all the time. Only invest in businesses you can understand. So that's my next thing. Don't go and invest in something you don't really understand just because you think you're going to have a high return, or just because you think it's the popular thing to do at the time. Like, for instance, Warren Buffett doesn't invest in tech because he says he doesn't understand it. Even though he has bought into Apple, but that was more somebody in his company investing in that. I'm willing to invest in technology. It just has to be something that as long as it's something I understand, I'll invest in it. But in order to do that, you have to be willing to read. And again, this is the thing. People buy into the stock market because they're looking for a passive income. And for those of you that don't know what a passive income is, it's money that keeps growing without you having to actually put in the work. So when you're buying into the stock market, and there's other ways to make passive income. You can buy into real estate. You can rent out a room in your house. You can write a book, and you can collect royalties. But I choose to do it through the stock market. So if you're trying to make that passive income, you're buying into that piece of a business. Say, for instance, if I invest in an oil company, well, I'm not the one drilling for the oil, and I'm not the one with the pressures of making things happen. But what I have to do in order to decide whether I want to invest in that company is I have to read. I have to look at their financials. I have to look at what they're about. I have to look at have they been successful, and is the stock price selling for far less than it's actually worth. So those are the things that I have to look into, and that's where the intellectual process does come in. That's where you have your small amount, because I said earlier you don't have to have a high IQ for this business. But that's where that small part of the intellectual process comes in. You have to do the research and make sure. Well, let me explain the intellectual process. The intellectual process is defining your area of competence. So you find the sectors that you understand and that you can, that you're competent in, and those are the areas you stay within and invest in. Because this is the thing, you only have to be successful in probably 2 or 3 companies, and in order to make some money, and you buy into them over time. Again, though, do your research, and I'm gonna tell you, you may research 10 or 20 different companies, and out of all of those companies, you may only decide to choose one. I know for myself, I researched a lot before I chose the first company that I was going to invest in. So. But when you do that and you have that patience, that gives you the time to make a smart choice. Because again, this is a company that you're choosing to invest in over the next 10, 20 years. So to sum everything all up, you got to remember, guys, you have to be patient. You have to do your research and value each company before you invest in it. And besides the patience, you have to also have that intellectual process of only getting in companies that you can understand. So otherwise, thanks for watching this video, and subscribe if you want to see more videos. Thanks, guys. Bye.